Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is that you are watching this video. This is Cosmic Lovers Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Doing kind of an interesting reading tonight, and I honestly don't even know if I'm going to post this video, so we'll see. I found this spread, and I actually haven't tried it out before, so this will be my first time doing this style spread. It's an ancestor connection spread, and also this reading is for a Cancer. So if you are Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this reading is for you, if it goes well. So this is an ancestor connection spread, and I will be honest with you, I haven't done much ancestor work, if any at all, and this is kind of a realm that is unfamiliar to me. So, but I really wanted to try this spread out, and I figured if I'm trying it out, I might as well video it in case something comes through that's important. So I'm going to try it, and if it doesn't work out, then I will put this spread over in the that was weird category pile and just not worry about it. But the idea with the spread is that it will show us what ancestors are currently with us, what legacy has been passed down, how you can continue this legacy, what gifts or skills have you inherited, how can you best honor your ancestors, and what messages do your ancestors have for you. So if it works, then that is what will come through. I will say there have been times where I've tried to do a reading in a specific area that I was unfamiliar with, and it didn't work. It just was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this reading, so we'll just see what happens. So, in ancestors for Cancer who wish to support us on this journey of knowledge, self-realization, connected to our highest good. We are looking for some information for Cancer. Can also be passed through my guides, if that makes more sense. Anyways, let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. All right, so ancestors that are here with us now, getting the 2 of Swords. So this could be an indication that your ancestors lived near the water or traveled by boat. Could also be a feminine presence. Actually getting the idea of like a really strong woman who made a choice to leave somewhere and go somewhere else, like travel by boat somewhere. So if you're immigrants, if you're a family of immigrants, this might be the ancestors that actually came over on the boat to America. I'm just seeing like a sea voyage with this card. All right, what legacy has been passed down to you? Oh, 3 of Cups in reverse. Guys, I think that a little bit of addiction issues. I laughed because this is going to sound really weird, but I'm getting the sense that I am also kind of partly connecting to my ancestors through this reading, and I know that sounds really crazy, so just bear with me, but my family immigrated from Greece, and I think that, I don't know, I might be crazy and this might change as time goes on, but I'm getting the sense that we are kind of sharing this reading. Like, it's for the Cancers that watch this, but Cancer is also my rising sign, so I feel very connected to this reading, I guess is all I'm saying. And so I laughed because 3 of Cups in reverse is kind of like, so your ancestors are like, it's weird because I want to say our ancestors, which is so bizarre. So we're just gonna keep rolling with it. If I say our ancestors instead of my ancestor or your ancestors, just roll with it. And I don't know. And I apologize for the sloppiness of this reading. But so yeah, so it's ancestors that traveled by boat that made a choice to leave. And it was really hard for them, to decide to leave in the hope of a better world and find a better life. I'm getting like kind of emotional about this. So I'm thinking that, and already I can tell you what's coming through. A big thing that's coming through is pride. Your ancestors are proud of you and proud of what you've accomplished. In fact, they're like, yeah, you are why we immigrated, you are why we made the choice to leave our family behind and get on that boat and travel as far as we did. And also, see this blindfold here, I'm getting like, your ancestors are like, we had no idea what it was going to be like on the other side. We were so scared, like scared to come over to America, like this uncertainty, and yet they did it anyways. This moon up here is making me think that the journey was very difficult for them to be able to get there. It was shadowy, it was dark, it was like, it was like leaving everything that you've known behind and becoming this like brand new person in the midst of a brand new world. But they did it. They came over here. A legacy isn't passed down to you. A little bit of too much of a good thing, right? So 3 of Cups is about having fun and like enjoying yourself, but I'm seeing a little bit of like addiction issues here, but I'm also seeing like some guilt and shame, guys, like and I think that goes along a little bit with addiction issues, but it's more like I'm seeing hard workers, definitely, but then kind of like some accidental trauma, and now, there's a little bit of like not being able to fully relax and enjoy the moment, and when you do, maybe you go overboard a little bit. So I think that the message here is like, it's kind of like, if you've ever struggled with a substance abuse issue, there's a time when it becomes just not fun anymore. And it maybe started out fun. The drinking was fun. It was like, yeah. But then it's, I'm reminded of that Charles Bukowski quote, where it's like, first you take the drink and then the drink takes you, or something like that. I'm probably butchering it, but it's when you're not in control anymore. This is like a loss of control. So there might be some addiction issues that run in your family, or just, difficulty knowing when to quit. All right. And, now that I look at it more, I'm seeing it more as like, since this is a legacy, it's like maybe overcoming that is a big thing, will be a big thing for you in your life, or even rewriting the narrative of it, I mean, I feel like you might be able to take a current paradigm or an idea about something and kind of flip it on its head and say, no, that, I hope I'm making sense here. This idea of, things have always had to be this one way, but you're seeing things in a different perspective, and your ancestors really appreciate that about you. And they're like, wow, you're going to like rewrite the rule book or something like that, especially in terms of substances, the way that we look at substances, the way that we use substances. And I think you're going to find a way to have fun in your life that is kind of breaking the mold. So how you can continue this legacy here, this is like Ace of Swords in reverse is about like going back to a pattern of thought that is not serving you anymore. But guys, I think that this is more talking about you in the way that you're going to interact with the world in the future. Like you are going to take something that people have thought that they knew about for a long time. And you're going to be like, no, you have it wrong, you know? And in your chosen field, like, yeah, this is really cool. And you're going to have a good time doing it, but I think you're going to have to like I think you're going to have to evolve and grow a little bit in terms of the way that you interact with fun and leisure time. Like, this just reminds me, this Three of Cups in reverse, just reminds me of like the transition from partying as a 21-year-old to going out and enjoying drinks as a 45-year-old, you know? I mean, I'm 31, so I don't know what it's like to drink as a 45-year-old, but I do know that the way that I interact with substances at 31 is completely different than the way that I was at 21. And there's definitely something here about that. Seeing intellectualism, but not in a traditional way. So, for instance, like, you may not have a college degree, but you're very smart. And there's this idea of you kind of going back to, I'm really seeing you here as like breaking the mold of the way things have always been thought to be and showing that there's other ways. Like, I'm seeing you like getting a degree online just like with your wit alone. Like, you didn't pay for your degree at all. You just watched YouTube videos and like you're wicked smart, but you're like unconventional. This is like unconventional thinking. This is like, and it's also like uprooting. Oh wow, so this is really cool. So I'm seeing like this sword as like a line of thought that's like digging into the ground and uprooting these like entrenched ideas. Oh my God, this is so cool, because it's like, sorry, I've never seen this card this way before, but it's like this is a seed that was planted of like an idea that someone said a long time ago. I'm going to try to think of an example so we have like a metaphor to go on. Okay. Addiction is what I'm really kind of leaning towards right now. So you know how the common statement about addiction is a very black and white process, right? So people say you either are an addict or you are not. But and if you go to AA and you go to these meetings or, you know, whatever, they tell you that. They say, well, once you're a drunk, you're a drunk, you're a drunk forever. And if you take one drink, you'll end up in the gutter. There's very little gray area in AA. In fact, I myself have gone to AA many times over the course of my life, and I couldn't get past that black and white thing because I was like, well, what about the gray area? You know, I struggle with substances. I have struggled with substances my entire life, but yet I know that with mindfulness, I guess this is becoming a little personal, but I feel that mindful consumption of anything is ideal. So if I'm going to go out with my friends, I'm going to have 1, 2, or 3 drinks, but I'm going to be mindful about it. You know, take these small sips, and I'm not great at it. I struggle with it all the time, but it's better than a life of abstinence, right? And that's like, okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that tangent, but what I was trying to do was illustrate this metaphor here. So some time ago, someone decided that the only way out of addiction is Alcoholics Anonymous. That planted a seed, and now that has grown into an idea. And that idea is permeated throughout our culture, and it's created these ripples, right? You are going to do something that is going to shake that up to its very core. It's going to come from these mountains of your struggles, your trials, what you've been through, your life story, and then you are going to pick up a sword of a thought, a brand new thought, and you are going to actually uproot all of these pre-existing presupposed notions about how life works, how society operates, etc., etc., etc. This is freaking awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it for you because it's really cool. And you do that, you are going to do that by being unconventional and not being afraid to be unconventional. You know, being like just unashamedly, unabashedly yourself. All right, so let's see what gifts and skills you have inherited. Yeah, I'm getting the sense, Cancer, that your family, your ancestors want you to know that kind of running against the pack has always been a part of your family legacy. Kind of breaking the mold, you know, being willing to go your own way and be alone even in that struggle. I'm seeing your ancestors as a line of kind of loners, for lack of a better word, you know, just people that they hang out by themselves, they enjoy their own company, and they're okay with that, and they know how to have fun even like that. Which is not to say that you have to isolate, though. Oh, cool. Okay. So what gifts and skills have you inherited? This Ace of Wands in reverse. This is making me think making something out of nothing for some reason. Think about this a little bit more. Yeah, so the Ace of Wands is like a gift of inspiration or a drive, you know, from above. These, just like the Ace of Swords, and I think this is fascinating that we've got these two aces both in reverse, and they're kind of hanging out together, and they're meeting in the middle. It's like, I'm kind of seeing them as like doing the same kind of job, you know? Like, like working in tandem to get this done. But what's interesting is that I think that you came from a not very spiritual lineage, guys. I'm getting this sense of like a lot of doubt, of like spirituality. I'm getting that your family, your ancestors were very gritty and like self-determined. And this Ace of Wands here is like, no, this wasn't a gift. I did this on my own, you know? So there might have been a little bit of even atheism maybe in your family. I don't know why that's really coming up, but in your lineage. But this is really more about when the going gets tough, you get going. Like, your grit and your resilience, your ability to, I mean, when the Ace of Wands pops into our life, it's like, aha, you know, just like when the Ace of Swords pops into our life, aha, you know, it's this beautiful, like, hello, there you go, right? This is not that. The energy of this is like, my back is against the wall. I'm fucked. I don't know how I got here. I don't know what to do, but I do know I'm going to keep going. You know, this is the ability to find drive and find determination and find resilience and find passion and find your fire when there is none to be found. It's this fire resides deep within you, where you have to actually dig it out to excavate it, right? So that's awesome. Let's see how we can best honor our ancestors, Cancer. 7, 6, 5, 4. This is making me want to watch Encanto. So, I've seen it a couple times. The Disney movie Encanto is like about lineages, I think. And this is actually really cool. This is making me want to get into more of like an ancestor practice. So I appreciate you for letting me do this reading for you. This has been very, very interesting, very illuminating. And hey, maybe we share ancestors at some point, because I do feel like a lot of this resonates with me too. Oh, cool. How can you best honor your ancestors? Just keep going, you know? The Knight of Wands, like, don't doubt yourself. The Knight of Wands is the most confident of all the knights, in my opinion. I mean, he's going for it. And this wand that he's holding is this wand that he acquired when his back was against the wall. And he is like, you know, he's an explorer. He's bold and he's driven and he's ready for adventure too. And I think that your ancestors really love that aspect of you. They love your fiery drive and determination and your ability to keep going and your lust for adventure, like how much you love doing things that are new and exciting and kind of challenging, you know? how you how you love to just kind of pack up and go cross country, or whatever you do that's adventure oriented is your ancestors' favorite thing about you, and they love the stories that you're curating in your life. And I think if anything, they just want to see you be more confident about who you are and the life that you're leading, because they see you as somebody really incredible and very brave, and somebody who's like, who would be really exciting to talk to. Like, I get the sense that your ancestors are like, man, like, it'd be cool to have known her, So this is definitely probably an ancestor that you, or them, he, she, that you probably did not get to interact with much, if at all, in your life. Okay, and we're just going to get some last messages from your ancestors here. I got 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, they have so much love for you guys. So much love for you. And I get the sense they just want to give you a hug, because you've been through a lot. And especially you're doubting of yourself. Wow, yeah. So your ancestors want to okay, wow. So the last messages from your ancestors, we've got the Tower and Strength. Okay. They want you to know that you went through something really, really, really scary and challenging and difficult, and they see that and they honor that you were able to do that. I'm getting the sense this was something that happened in your past, that it's not something that you're currently going through, but this Tower moment is how you're going to really get, or how you acquired this wand, right? And it's also how you acquired this sword. So it was a moment, and I think you're still healing from it now. And also there's an element here of like not being afraid to start over from scratch and to start anew, and be patient with yourself. There's a lot of energy of this. So we've got Strength here at the bottom of the deck, and Star, the Star popping up. So there's a lot of patience here. I'm feeling a lot of remember what you've been through. Remember how difficult that was. Remember that the healing process is not going to be overnight from this Tower moment. And yeah, and that they're here and they support you, and yeah, and ultimately just that you were really loved, Cancer. And whatever, like I said, whatever this moment was, it's in the rear view, but they saw it, they honor that it happened to you, and they know that I think it was even difficult for them to kind of watch you have to go through that, but they know that you're strong enough to come out of it the other side. They see you as strength, as someone who is going to do really incredible things. Like I said, this work that you're going to do here with uprooting these entrenched ideas is going to be so badass. It's going to be so cool. You're on a really cool path, Cancer, and I am so honored that you were able, that you let me read for you today. And I just want to thank your ancestors for popping in and talking with us, because that was really, really powerful and really beautiful. So that's all I have for you right now, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much again for letting me read for you. And I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. And please comment down below if you enjoyed the content, or mostly if you just want to chat about anything that I said or something that really resonated with you. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. And of course, like, subscribe, all that jazz if you liked this content. Also, I will be trying to post a video every day, so I will be seeing you all again very soon. Thanks. Bye.